We still know far too little about the ocean. Over 70% of the Earth's surface is covered by water, and a vast portion of the ocean remains largely unexplored. Cameras and submersibles dive deeper and deeper, but the further the footage goes, the more often the equipment loses its signal or simply captures dark silhouettes that are difficult to make out. Even modern deep-sea research covers only tiny patches of the seabed, leaving most of the water column a blind spot for us. People who work at sea regularly encounter strange things. Fishermen, merchant ship crews, and yachtsmen report large shadows appearing beneath their boats. They move slowly, then accelerate sharply and vanish into the depths. Dozens of videos can be found online showing something large underwater. In some clips, the object travels parallel to the vessel. In others, it changes direction abruptly, performing maneuvers uncharacteristic of known marine life. The comments under such videos are often the same. "That's too big for a regular fish," or "Whales don't behave like that." Some ship captains admit that their sonar screens occasionally show large blips that don't resemble a school of fish. The object is registered as a single large mass, then disappears as if dissolving into the deep. Such instances are not uncommon in areas of the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans, particularly over deep sea trenches and underwater ridges. They are often dismissed as instrument interference or plankton blooms, but simultaneous readings on multiple devices give one pause. Sometimes direct contact occurs. There have been cases where small vessels received a bump from below. People felt an impact, as if the hull had struck something massive and resilient. Inspections of the hull don't always show damage consistent with a collision with a known animal. In Coast Guard reports, such episodes are often logged as an unidentified submerged object. For the crews in those moments, it's simple. There's something under the boat, and it's big. The most unsettling aspect of these stories is their recurrence. These aren't isolated tales, but hundreds of similar observations from different parts of the world. The videos are posted by people with no connection to each other. Fishermen from Norway, tourists in the Pacific, sailors off the coast of South America. The footage is from different places and times, but the common detail is the same. Something large is seen in the depths that can't be immediately identified. The behavioral patterns of these objects are often similar, which rules out simple hoaxes. Some scientists say that large animal species that rarely rise to the surface could still exist in the ocean. The deep sea zones are poorly understood, and the pressure, darkness, and cold create conditions where true relics could hide. Many creatures considered common today, like the whale shark or the giant squid, were officially described by science relatively recently. Therefore, the idea that unknown large life forms dwell in the depths doesn't sound like science fiction, but is a working hypothesis for a number of biologists. Particular attention is drawn to creatures with long tentacles, sometimes caught on video in the water column. Some recordings show elongated forms moving independently beneath the surface, resembling tentacles or long necks. Such footage is often captured by drones or from ship decks. The objects appear for a few seconds before sinking down again, leaving only a ripple on the water. It is known that giant squid, which can reach lengths of over 30 feet, inhabit the ocean. These animals are extremely rarely caught on camera. They spend most of their time at depths exceeding 1,600 feet, where neither people nor equipment typically venture. Occasionally, squid surface when dead or dying, revealing just how large they are and how little we know about them. In the 2000s, there were documented cases of giant squid attacking fishing gear at depths of over half a mile. Cameras mounted on lines filmed powerful tentacles wrapping around the equipment. After these videos were published, many people began re-examining old sea footage, noticing that similar shapes had been captured before, but were dismissed as filming defects or seaweed. Fishermen from various countries report sometimes seeing large disturbances on the water's surface, but without the characteristic signs of whales or dolphins. The water seems to well up, then abruptly subside, as if something large turned just beneath the surface. Such moments often last only a couple of seconds, but leave a strong impression on those nearby, creating a sense of something much more massive than what is visible. There are also discussions about reports of large predators that significantly exceed the size of known sharks. People post photos of huge dorsal fins appearing at the water's surface before disappearing. Compared to a nearby boat, these fins often appear larger than those of a typical great white shark, sometimes reaching a height comparable to that of a person. Some experts explain such footage as perspective distortion. The camera is closer to the object, the boat is farther, making everything seem larger. But there are also cases where the size can be objectively compared to the length of the vessel. Comments on such videos often note that sharks of such sizes are not officially recorded, fueling talk of possible new species or incredibly large old specimens. Certain teams of underwater researchers have reported that at great depths, sonar sometimes picks up single large targets moving faster than slow-moving deep-sea fish should. The objects appear, then vanish sharply from the screens, as if capable of actively masking their presence or descending to depths unreachable by scanning. To the instruments, it looks like the movement of a large living body with high speed and maneuverability. There are rarer cases where cameras capture elongated, serpentine shapes. Such recordings are usually short and not very clear, but they show a long object passing underwater, writhing and disappearing into the darkness. Commenters debate what it could be: a large fish like an oarfish, a rare species of giant eel, or something else not yet classified. In some ocean areas, sailors speak of strange waves that appear without wind. The water's surface changes abruptly, as if something large and very fast passed beneath. These waves don't resemble ordinary currents or wakes from other ships. They often move against the general wave direction and have a distinct shape. All these cases share one thing: large objects that are difficult to immediately attribute to known animals are regularly recorded in the ocean. Yes, many videos can be explained by tricks of light, known species, or technical artifacts. But enough episodes remain where even specialists reviewing the material can't give a definitive answer, only shrugging their shoulders. And this happens not in fictional stories, but in real footage, from real vessels, at specific known coordinates in the world's oceans. The more people film and post such moments online, the clearer it becomes. The deep holds far more than we commonly think. The ocean remains the last great frontier on our planet, and not everything hidden in its waters is familiar to us. Each new observation like this isn't just a mystery, it's a reminder of how much we have yet to discover.